All right, good evening. We are the collective group. The group consists of myself, Megan, Heather, and Beth. We are a group that was formed for management class 486 for Project M.A.D.E. Our project goal was to do $10 dinners for 4 or more meals, or 4 or more people on a healthy budget. This is a picture of the group. It's got myself, Megan, Beth, and Heather in it. This was taken once we realized what we were going to call ourselves and what our group project was going to be. We threw around a couple suggestions and we came up with, we decided to go with Megan's suggestion on $10 meals for 4 or more people. And from there, we kind of just took off.
Our project M.A.D.E forms around the idea that a full meal for 4 can easily be made for $10 or less. The projected $10 cost of a single recipe, whether it be a main dish, a side dish, a dessert, includes all ingredients except for common pantry items such as oil and spices. Each member of our group found 7 recipes that they deemed to be delicious, cooked each recipe with step-by-step instructions, created a photo slideshow, and then uploaded it to our shared YouTube channel. The YouTube channel was specifically created to share our budget recipes with others in an easily accessible, fun, and engaging format. Our group has also created a Pinterest board and a Facebook page in the hopes to generate more traffic towards our YouTube channel. The collective believes that cost-effective and delicious meals should not be out of reach to anyone. With our YouTube channel and other social media platforms, we aim to provide knowledge and instruction to families and others to use commonly found items in the grocery store to cook a wholesome, nutritious meal for 4 at a cost of $10 or less. We believe that this can absolutely make a difference of excellence in a family's life. And the metrics that we used to determine this were making a positive difference in a family's life, creating 28 recipes for a family of 4 for $10 or under, ensuring that our recipes were nutritious and healthy, and offering a variety of recipes on our YouTube channel.
In our original plan, we were hoping to use allrecipes.com to showcase our recipes where people could find them and share them, use them, and give us feedback. But one of the critical moments during our process of this project was discontinuing the use of all recipes because there were a lot of technical difficulties. As you can see, none of the photos showed up, or if they did, they showed up where they weren't supposed to. And there was very low engagement. So we switched to focusing on uploading our videos to YouTube mostly, and then sharing it with other social medias. We created a Facebook page for the collective and shared some of our videos, such as this hero video, in groups on Facebook so that other people who are specifically looking for cheap and easy to make meals can find them and give us some feedback. So this is a shared 2 cheap meal ideas.
Hi, I'm Beth, and my favorite dish that I cooked was the smoky white bean shakshuka. If there was ever a recipe worthy of breakfast for dinner, this would be it, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who wants to take a tasty trip to the Middle East and North Africa.
I'm Lou, and my favorite dish to create was probably the baked ziti. I come from a large family and we're Italian, so any type of pasta is great for us. This was a pretty big recipe, so it feeds a pretty good amount of people. So if it's a small family, you have leftovers. If it's a big family, you have just the right amount of people.
I'm Heather. I chose to make 2 beef recipes, 2 chicken, 2 vegetarian, and then 1 pork to get a decent, mix of variety. And my favorite was definitely the homemade gyros because we made this fresh, hot pita bread that is just delicious. So that was my favorite.
Hi, my name is Megan. These recipes were chosen to provide a variety of different types of food at an affordable price of $10 or less. All of these were great options, but I really wanted to showcase a variety that was healthy and also exciting. I wanted to show different cuisines, whether it be breakfast, dinner, in casserole dishes, soups, and that's why I chose these different types of cuisines and meals.
So as part of our process, we reached out to people who could give us their objective opinions on our project and how they thought it was going. And one of the most helpful pieces that we got was from Megan's boss, who said, we were essentially creating, with our 28 recipes in total, that we're creating a meal plan. And we thought that that was a great idea. So we put all of our recipes into this meal plan, and we've got meatless Mondays, and then we've got 2 days of leftovers, although with all of the meals, you're definitely going to have more leftovers than that.
All right, so we put all this work into our project. We've been cooking, we've been creating recipes, we've been taking pictures, making slideshows, and then we've been making the videos. But we wanted to know what was the best way that we could actually track how many people were watching it, maybe what types of people were watching it, were we getting to anybody? We wanted to open up a forum where people could give us some feedback and comments, and so we turned to YouTube analytics specifically. So here you can see the date from the time the channel was created on October 11th all the way through the 21st was the time that this was done. And so we've gotten quite a few views. And so as I continue, you can also see that it measures more than just views. It measures even where your traffic's coming from. We got majority of our views came from playlists. Now our playlists were designed to showcase and categorize each variety of types of meals we were making. So it seems like that was a very popular avenue for people to seek out our recipes by type of cuisine or meal. Channel pages, if you look over to the right, you'll see a flyer that was created. It showcases a QR code that we made, as well as the URL to the YouTube channel. And so traffic that would come straight to the channel, that's how it would have been reported. So we can see that we did have some success in whether we posted these flyers in our coworkers' lunchrooms, at different local places where we would be able to get more eyes on, such as a Panera in Ann Arbor. We were trying to spread the word about this channel just to create more awareness. And then we've got external, and external was great. We were able to showcase where data was coming from specifically. It looks like some people were sharing their videos through Android messaging. So that would be like a text message share. Google search came up on there, Facebook Messenger and Facebook, surveymonkey.com. I think the class recalls getting a survey sent to them as well. And so that's where some of that data would have generated. Interestingly enough, surveymonkey.com was our top contributor around the time we sent the surveys out to the class. And then Facebook replaced it as soon as Heather had joined some Facebook groups and started posting our videos there. So we saw a direct correlation from our actions, our efforts, and the traffic we received. Demographics also is very interesting to track. So our target demographic, our young families, it does turn out that a lot of our classmates' feedback said this was great because college people that are sticking to a budget also need this information. But when you get to see that your target demographic for young families, people who are 25 to 34 years old with young kids, were really the majority of people who were looking at our videos, that was very encouraging. We hit our nail on the mark. And then we were originally aiming to help young kids in the US. And so 73% of our viewers also were from the US. And it's interesting to see that this has been, worthwhile watching to someone who's maybe not in the US and they were interested in our food as well. So now I'm going to take you to where all the magic happens. All right, welcome to our channel. This is where the magic happens. What you're seeing is the dashboard. It's a quick view. To start off, it tells you your most recent video right here. It tells you where it would rank by views out of your top 10. It compiles data in all sorts of ways. You know, how many times have your videos been viewed since the time you posted it? And it compares it to your regular amount of views. And so then it kind of gauges, you know, did this video do better than a different one? It's also tracking the number of subscribers. It's also looking at your top, you know, videos in the last 48 hours. It does a really good job at giving you breakdowns. So it allows you to also monitor all of your content. This one I particularly like because it's a quick view of looking at how many views, how many likes, how many comments does each video have in particularly. And so it's an easy way to get to all the information that you're looking for a specific video. We were able to create quite a few playlists. We had so many varieties that we were able to create all sorts of things like 30 minutes or less, kid-approved meals, vegetarian, vegan. And it's great because a lot of these recipes were able to play into each other. You'll see the one pot meal and the kid-approved meal. We have both the slow cooker cabbage roll in there, you know, and it's also in beef and all the recipes. Look at that. So, you know, you open it up and it showcases you just those recipes. And that's been a great boon to attracting a lot of our search traffic. Analytics is where the measurement comes in. And you can look at it for just a couple, say 28 days, or if you look at it over the lifetime, you can see a far more accurate depiction of the total traffic that's driven in. So 990 views, that's incredible. You can also look at your reach. Impressions would be how many people clicked on your content based on it being recommended. And it's really neat because it even shows that YouTube itself is recognizing that this is wanted, you know, entertainment or wanted information by others, and they will actually put those impressions out there to try to drive traffic over to your channel for you. And so it breaks it down into where the traffic comes from. It lets you know who you're engaging, you know, when do they start to drop off after watching it for so long. And then it lets you know, how many people are watching it who are not subscribed, who are subscribed, the demographics of age, and the geography. Unique viewers. So if we had 990 views, but 171 unique viewers, that means that people are watching more than one of our recipes, or they're even rewatching them. Maybe instructionally, maybe they're going to be making these recipes too. The beauty about it is that this has also been a great way for us to get our comments from them. And that's been so encouraging. It's really helped encourage what we're trying to do. And it's been showing us that we are making that positive difference that we set out to do. All right. And now Beth's going to tell you about how the survey results went with SurveyMonkey.
We decided to use SurveyMonkey to help gather information about how well received our project was to the public. In total, we gathered 20 surveys with an array of answers. We sent this out to family and friends and classmates in the hopes of generating some comments. We decided to focus in on whether or not the surveyor would recommend our YouTube channel to friends. 19 individuals said yes, and 1 individual said no, noting that we did not have enough variety of vegan and vegetarian dishes. So we took this into account for our following recipes. The collective was also interested in gathering feedback on how the $10 or less meal planning has positively impacted financial well-being, and we received a bunch of great feedback, and here are some of the comments we received. Finding a new recipe to cook each week is something that I plan to continue doing after the completion of this course. It's been really fun, and in doing so has added such a fun variety of dishes to my normal repertoire. Not only this, but I am much more budget conscious when I go to the grocery store.
So growing up, I was always interested in cooking, and I actually had thought about being a chef. In school, I took a bunch of cooking classes and started working in the restaurant industry for a while. After a couple of years in the restaurant industry, I realized that this was not for me. It wasn't as fun as it is cooking at home. I'm a single guy and I live by myself, so I don't cook that often. So this class was kind of a fun project for me because I was able to start cooking what I usually grew up with my family cooking recipes at dinner time. So I started kind of cooking those again. And I think I'm going to continue, as Beth said, finding new and exciting meals to cook at least once a week.
It was really fun to create 7 recipes with a lot of variety. And doing this project has definitely, like the others said, made me more budget conscious when I'm going to the grocery store, getting things that I can use for multiple meals. And I also really enjoyed the aspect of when we were creating the recipes, we not only did the cost breakdown for the specific dinner, but also toward the end, after some feedback that we received, we did get to posting the whole grocery store total. So you can't just go buy 2 cups of rice, you buy a whole bag of rice. And that part is definitely something that I'm going to be paying more attention to when I go to the grocery store in the future. So that was something I found really helpful. And I'm definitely going to be going back to our YouTube channel and making some of these recipes in the future after this project.
So my household is made up of 4 people. I've got 2 adults and 2 children, and we make it all work on one income. That means each decision, even dinner, always has a consideration of cost. So seeking out these budget-friendly recipes is what I do a lot of already, but I never really got to showcase them to others. And so I put in a lot of work to, finding these budget-friendly ways, such as boiling chicken breast instead of buying rotisserie chicken, because you save a whole lot of money when you do that if you're just using it for shredded chicken or cooked. Despite that rotisserie is sitting there on the shelf, you still have to take the time to, tear it all apart. So why not just put a little time in there and save money too? I've always loved watching cooking videos, and I readily took up the challenge to create our own video recipes and get to stick to the budget, which I have good practice with, and that was wonderful. The whole project implementation has been a lot of fun. I know my family's really enjoyed it, as we have been eating all sorts of new varieties of food, and I've enjoyed it too. I plan to continue cooking something new every week and using my family as my taste testers. Thank you.
So here we have some of our comments that we received, and our video they've reached some people. We've gotten feedback that people are saying these videos are helping them both with their budget and figuring out what to eat, and that they're enjoying it a lot. And so we believe that we really have made a difference of excellence for some families out there in being able to create affordable but also delicious meals.